Daytime with Aston Avery. Stephen Smith's with me, but whilst we're waiting for our next guest, of course, there, Stephen, obviously we are talking Halloween, of course, there on that front, I have to say as well. So anything frighten you at all?
Well, really interesting story, this. I used to be absolutely terrified of rats. And I went down to, we had her on the show, down to the zoo in Essex, which collect endangered animals, and they produced a rat, and I went, oh, no, keep that away from me. It was called Little Mouse. It was so sweet. And then as I was about to leave, because the idea of the zoo is to get you over phobias, know about things, I said, go on, get the rat. Oh my God, I fell in love with this rat. It ran up my arm and it went onto my shoulder and it stayed with me for 15 minutes. Now, the other day, a rat came on TV and I didn't go, oh. And I think it kind of really had a great effect on me. So it was really wonderful. This little zoo is well worth. Nikki Rodriguez is one of our guests later on, is one of the patrons of it. And it's really worth going to see us. And we have to go down and do the show from there one day, because you just love the animals they have. They have giant snakes. And it's amazing the stories as well, because people actually buy things like crocodiles and then don't know how to look after them. It's just insane. But the rat thing, and I still have a terrible fear of heights. What about you? Are you frightened of anything apart from your mum?
Not. Oh God, probably not as much anyway. So obviously I did have the flu jab recently, so so there you go. So I'm protected on that, and I'm normally I had to fear a like what you call needles that you normally use for like jabs, etc. Yeah.
So you're the one person on radio and television that hasn't had Botox?
No, unfortunately not. So, funny enough, Stephen, joining us right now is our Halloween extravaganza there. That is Bunny Galore, who joins us right now. So, hello, Bunny, if you can hear us.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can see and hear you now. Hi,
Bunny. Happy Halloween,
Happy
guys.
Halloween. And you're looking fabulous. It's really unusual to see you without your blonde wig on.
Yes, this time of morning, it's a little bit early.
You don't
for the full blonde. I've been filming my new series till late last night, so I'm still here.
What is your new series? Tell us about your new series.
Yeah, so just when you thought Movie Nightmares, the show I do about horror movies, was probably going to be retired, we're back for season 9. Season 9 has just aired on Miami Fox streaming, and we've just been recording some holiday specials. So I'll be doing Halloween, Thanksgiving for the first time, Christmas and New Year specials. So that's fun. But it was a long day yesterday, but a lot of fun. I loved it.
So the first thing, obviously, we're talking Halloween here. So what are you going to be doing for Halloween here? Quick, short answer, of course.
On Halloween itself, I'm actually going to the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. I'm not performing. I'm just going with a friend to kind of just have a party. So because normally by Halloween itself, I'm a bit Halloweened out because all of October is Halloween to me. So by Halloween 31st, I'm a bit like, okay, I'm just ready to let my hair down.
Oh, I love the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. That's great. I just went to see David Hoyle there a few weeks ago.
Oh, good. Yes, it's great.
I love David. We must get him on the show sometime if he can behave and not split.
Good luck with that.
Look, for those of us who haven't been invited to any parties, who are staying in and just want to have a scary movie night, what films would you pick for the evening?
Well, obviously you can stay in and watch my Halloween special,
yeah.
Which, by the way, is what I've done on quite a few Halloweens. It gets that, sometimes it's that sad. I'm like, I just want to stay in and just watch when it was on Sky, when it was actually going out on Halloween night, I used to watch that. So on Halloween, I think depends on how hard or how soft you want to go. If you,
we were worried about David Hoyle.
So if you want a fun family one, then obviously Hocus Pocus 2. I would go for that. If you want to go, if you're like, teenagers, I would probably go for any of the Scream movies. I suggest if you've not seen it, start with Scream 1. But if not, if you've not seen the latest one, go see the latest one's really fun. So go and see that. And if you want to go a bit more hardcore, I would go probably Insidious. And I have a horror movie podcast called Horror Motel, and I've just watched the first time The Conjuring. The Conjuring.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I don't know how I missed it. I think I thought it was just a remake of the Amityville Horror, and I didn't realize what it was, I think, 10 years ago. It is brilliant. No wonder there's a whole universe. So I've been catching up with all those films lately. So I would really suggest start with the Conjuring universe.
That's probably.
I've not seen any of The Conjuring.
They're really good.
I've heard of it as well, and that's I've definitely heard of the Conjuring films, and obviously there are some sequels alongside that as well, of course. There. So, what frightens you? That's going to be the big question here. It can be a short answer. Don't worry.
Yeah, people finding out my real age. Press age is 35.
Oh, it's so funny that.
Especially BBC Three.
You know, the funny thing is, on my birthday this year, Patsy always says she's 39. I'm 39.
39, yes.
So I got 2 balloons saying I'm 39 on it. But people took it deadly seriously, going, obviously you have issues with your age. And I went, no, it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's just a joke. It's a quote. It's a quote from something.
Ab-Fab, my friends that like Ab-Fab got it right away.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. Well, what a lineup this year has for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Season 5.
Yes,
what do you think of the Queens? Have you watched it?
Yes, I have. So I'm friends with 2 of them, Vicky Vivacious and Tamara.
I love her.
And so yeah, they're great. I mean, Vicky, has been around for quite a while. She'll love me for saying that, because she's still, in my head, she's still, well, compared to me, she is young. And Tamara is hilarious. She's one of those girls, Tamara, where you think like, oh my goodness, you're so ferociously good looking, an incredible dancer. And then when you talk to her, you realize she's a complete goofball. You realize, I went, oh my gosh, you are an absolute star. And that's great fun. But I only know Banksy and Ginger via social media, but I fell in love with them. We somehow followed each other a couple of years ago. And Banksy, I think, is hilarious. And Ginger, I'm a massive fan of. So I think, I hate to say it with Vicky tomorrow around, but I really want Ginger to win, because she's probably the most Bunny Galore-esque person they've ever had on the show. And I just love her style. So
it's really good this year. I'm really enjoying it. I thought, what can they do this year? I forgot, I asked Vicky when I went to the Dragathon at Olympia, why are you not on? Because she said she'd applied several times, didn't get anywhere, and I'm so glad she's there this year. But we have to talk. There's a British entry for the first time in Dragula. Have you seen that?
I know. And I saw Anaphylactic at Manchester Pride randomly. We're working for the same pantomime production company at Christmas. Yeah, we're not really in the same category, are we, normally? But me and Anna have always been, we don't know each other that well, but we know each other on social media. We bump into each other every so often, and I love her. She's just one of those gorgeous human inside and amazing glittery creature on the outside. But I never thought she would. I didn't think they would take anybody from the UK for Dragula, which is, by the way, if the listeners don't know, so obviously you've probably heard of RuPaul's Drag Race. There's an alternate, well, very alternate scene, version called Dragula, which is more about the gothy sort of horror. And I probably would never do Dragula, because yes, I deal in horror, but I don't look like that. I don't look like
it's quite Aston, instead of in RuPaul the contestants sashay away, in Dragula they're murdered. I think get voted out.
Wow. I think that's a different way of putting it there. So obviously, do you believe in ghosts, and have you ever seen one here, Bunny?
So it's weird. We've been talking about ghosts a bit lately. I think as I've got older, I believe in them less, but I do believe in other things like the stone tape theory, which is actually a BBC drama, but people have taken it on as an actual thing now, that like a stone vibrates and almost records things. So you're seeing a playback when you see a ghost. You're seeing like a recording. Isn't that a strange way of thinking about it? I think it might work for some things. I don't think it works for everything. I've not really seen very much. I've been in strange rooms I've been in many strange rooms, but I've been in rooms where the atmosphere is very oppressive, and there's obviously a presence there of something. I want to call it energy, but there's not a better word for it. But I've seen a few weird things move and stuff like that. I've never, longer story short, basically, but I've yet to see a fully fledged ghost.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so too. It's always been a flash or a moment. I think I agree with you. It's like a trapped photograph, practically, or a moment of time.
Yes, exactly. So I think it's either a repeating of a moment of time, or the pressure in the room makes us humans think we see things. I don't know, or it makes things appear. I don't know. But the less I believe as I get older, I think, oddly. But I don't know. I don't want that to be proved wrong.
But I have to tell you, there's a brilliant TV series called Ghosts. Not the British version is okay, but the American version they've done of it is incredible.
Oh.
Well worth watching. It's on BBC iPlayer, and it's just, I don't know why it works so much better with the Americans, or I relate to it better. I mean, the British version of Ghosts was fun, but this is really good.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
You'll enjoy it. It's really, a woman that can see ghosts, and it's very funny.
Yes, I think that would be. I think weirdly, Americans do ghosts, but I think it's a bit old hat over here. I think we're like, and it's kind of we because we have so much more history than they do. They don't. They only have about 200 years worth of history. So to them, it's much more exotic. Whether to us, it's a bit old. Like
or maybe because the ghost that has no pants on in the American version's so good looking compared to the British one.
It's not a Tory. So it's not a Tory MP. I see. There we go.
Listen, so many people want to dress up for Halloween, and it's expensive, Bunny. I mean, what could you suggest to someone that wants to go out that hasn't got 20 quid in their purse, a wallet? And that's what they've got to go out.
No, I can understand, because sometimes it's a last minute thing as well, isn't it? You get invited out the last minute. I think as long as you've got something old, I would say do a rip it up and and if you've got some blood, or if you've got anything red you can put on it, go as like a zombie attack, a zombie that's been ripped apart, because it's probably the cheapest way to do it. Throw some talcum powder on. If you got like an old black suit, or you got an old old work outfit, idea. Rip everything up. And so you rip the lining, you can see that, and then throw whatever you have, like talcum powder, or I'm trying to think of a good substitute for tomato ketchup. There we go, over yourself, and just zombie it up. And that's the easiest and quickest way, and it's very effective as well, because it's very visual, and people know exactly what you are straight away. But it's hard. I don't know what I'm going to go as I'm not going out as Bunny Galore, so I don't know what I'm going to go out with in Halloween.
So you're going to dress up for the role?
I think so. Yes, I would think so. Well, something sexy, obviously. But
Bunny's sexy, isn't she?
Sexy, I know. That's so weird. People say that. I don't see her as sexy. I see her as a clown, because it doesn't feel very sexy. Obviously,
she's a bit like Divine always said she saw herself as a glamorous woman, because I remember Polly Yates saying to her, "Oh well, that she was this atrocity." Oh, darling, I think she's quite glamorous, and she was of her time, wasn't she? When she had
Divine was. Yes, it's very glamorous look on perhaps not a glamorous, normal glamorous body. I never think of myself as glamorous at all, but other people do, apparently. Judging from my private messages, they do.
So 2024, obviously every year they say new me, new you, etc. here. So what have you got coming up for 2024?
Well, I think it's going to be like New Year, same me. So I'm in pantomime over Christmas in Rickmansworth, which is not far from London, so that's quite handy for me. I think we're going to be filming series 10 of Movie Nightmares, the horror movie show, in the early new year. And my podcast, Horror Motel and Bunny and the Beast, will be continuing throughout that. So that's the structure. I've got gigs coming up throughout 2024. Isn't it weird to say 2024 already? It feels like
I know, it feels as if it was just 25 minutes ago.
I know, 2020 is still like recovering from that, really. So it's like 2024.
The hangover from it.
Oh my goodness, yes. So more of the same, more silliness, more glamour, and more sauciness as always.
Oh, we just love having you on. How can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at The Real Bunny Galore. I am still on Twitter, or X, whatever it's called now, at Bunny Galore.
Madam X.
Madam X, yes. Oh, it is, yes. It's very Madam X. And if or have a look at the website, bunnygalore.co.uk. You can find me wherever I am and the silliness that I'm getting up to.
I really thank you for giving up your time and joining us.
Oh, pleasure
to
have
you on again next year, please, in 2024. Yeah. We always love having you as a guest.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.